this big fight, which will be held here at the Hordern Pavilion, is the 19th of February, this fight, a Wednesday night. It'll be on main event television, and tickets, they go on sale next Friday through Ticketek. So tickets next Friday through Ticketek. Otherwise, the only place to watch it will be main event television. It is Daniel, the real deal Geale, up against Garth from the Hood Wood. It'll be an all-Aussie production. It'll be old school, and it's going to take place here on a fantastic card on a Wednesday night as well. So plenty to look forward to. And I'll start firstly with Daniel Geale, the former world champion. Daniel, mate, it's been a little while since you're in the ring. August last year, a little bit frustrating trying to get a fight. Now you go in against Garth Wood.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it was a little bit disappointing last year with the Barker fight, but you know we've moved on from that. We know, you know, it has been very difficult. The boys Gary and Graham and Bill have been working very hard to get a fight for me, and you know it has been very difficult. But you know, it sort of the opportunity came up, and Garth was very keen to fight me. You know, there's a lot of good middleweights around in Australia at the moment, so it's great to see that you know these guys. You know, are up for the challenge to get in there and test themselves. So, you know, I'm excited. You know, I've said many times before that I love fighting in Sydney, and you know, this is going to be a great venue to fight at. And you know, I'm looking forward to it very much. You know, I know what level I've been at for so many years now, and you know, I'm going to make sure that I show everybody around the world know that I'm still there.
You'll be a big favourite for this fight, but what are you expecting from Garth? You've obviously seen him plenty, and you actually sparred him not so long ago. What do you think you'll see from Garth Wood in this fight?
Yeah, you know, I think what you know everybody expects from Garth. You know, he's a strong guy. He's going to come out and he's going to try and knock me out. So, you know, that's what he's going to be doing, and you know, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. You know, I've been training very hard, and you know, we've had you know, plenty of great work at the moment, and plenty still more to come. So, you know, I'm going to be fully prepared, and you know, I'm going to make sure, just like we do every single time, that no stone is unturned, and you know, I'm in great physical condition, and you know, whatever Garth brings, I'm going to be ready for it.
Garth, you're a Sydney boy, a local. It must be pretty exciting to be coming here to the Hordern Pavilion for a fight. You would have seen Jeff Harding and the likes of those here over the years, and now you're going to do your thing here.
Yeah, it's very surreal. As a kid, I'd come to the Hordern with my dad. I actually did watch Jeff Harding, and a lot of history here, so I'm sure I'll make some history on February my own.
That mic's a bit quieter than mine, so just put it right up next to your mouth, mate. But
can you hear me now?
Yes, very clear. Mates, you will be a huge underdog against Daniel Geale. His most recent fights have all been world title fights. They probably won't give you too much of a chance, but you've been in that situation before.
I think I'm the second favourite in the two-horse race. I think I'm an underdog, if you ask me. So, you know, it is also surreal. I remember as a kid, 10-year-old at Alexandria Primary School, the bell would go and I'd be sprinting up Echo Road to Newtown Police Boys to watch the legends, my idols more or less. Jeff Harding, sorry. He told me never to call him Harding. He called me one day at King Street, Newtown, told me, if you ever call me Harding again, I'll kill you. So Jeff Harding, sorry. Fanick and Zoo. I'd be sitting at the apron floor just right next to Johnny Lewis's legs, saying that Johnny couldn't come in today, his mum's a bit ill, so shout out to Johnny, you're here in spirit, and all the best to your mother. But yeah, I was, as a kid, watching my idols and wanting to be like those blokes, and the great thing now is I'm on their stage up against the best fighter that's come out of Australia in the last 20 years, and Daniel's achievements, they equal those legends. So I'm grateful to the Grange, and Daniel, thanks for taking me on.
Garth, Daniel, after this fight, has the potential to head off overseas if he can get past you for some massive fights. I guess you would see this as an opportunity for you to steal those fights and to head off and make your own name internationally.
For sure. I'm still in the game. I'm not retired just yet, but I've made a name for myself as upsetting the party, and that's exactly what I'm going to do come February.
Daniel, it could be a very, very big 2014 for you, couldn't it? But it has to kick off on the 19th of February by getting past Garth. Of course, Golovkin, Sturm, and some massive fights overseas are on the horizon, but you've got to get through this one first.
Yeah, that's right, and that's why we can't take Garth easily. He's the guy that potentially has done a fair bit in his life by beating guys that he possibly shouldn't have beaten. So it's up to me to do my job properly and make sure that not only win, but I do it in a fashion that that makes people stand up and take a bit of notice.
Interesting situation in this fight, ladies and gentlemen, because these two fellas actually sparred with each other in the lead up to this fight. So they sparred on Melbourne Cup Day just the once. Daniel, I'll start with you. Can you just give us your recollection of that spar with Garth Wood and what you made of him?
I mean, yeah, I've watched Garth fight plenty of times. I know Garth pretty well, as he probably knows me pretty well by now too. So he's a tough, rugged sort of guy, and he is improving a lot as well. So I've noticed in that sparring session he has improved. So that's especially why I can't take him for granted. I can't just go out there and think this guy's going to be easy, because he's not going to be easy. And I'm going to do what I do best, and I'll make sure that I get the win. However it comes, I'll make sure that I do that, and I guess nullify all his strengths as much as possible.
Garth, what did you make of Daniel Geale in that spot?
Yeah, his work rate was good. Fantastic footwork, but he doesn't think that I'd come there that day with all my skills to show him, does he? I got plenty for him. So there's also one more thing I wanted to ask Daniel. See, it's a little grudge that I've got way back when I first come on the scene. Contender, knock Monday over, and then I think we'll come into the Monday rematch, and you come out and made it public that I was a low fighter and I was milking the public. What do you mean by that?
A low fighter?
Yeah.
I don't actually remember that interview, but I believe I never said that. But it probably was in the fact that Mundine was fighting at a higher level than you, which was obvious, and that's pretty much what it was. It wasn't that you were a low fighter. It was that you weren't at Mundine's level.
Milking the public. I'd made some good money in the space of 12 months. Were you a little bit jealous, or what was it?
There was no jealousy whatsoever. No jealousy whatsoever. I've done what I've done the hard way. You done what you done. By winning the contender and getting a shot at Mundine. That you were the underdog to beat Mundine, and you deservedly caught him in that fight. He fought crap in that fight and deserved what he got. But you haven't. At this
what I
stage,
heard? I heard it was a lucky punch, and what I saw 7 lucky punches, not 1 punch. So you call me a low fighter, and you know what the funny thing is? I've done it in 5 rounds what you couldn't do in 24. That was knock out the imposter. So you'll know how much of a fighter I am come February 19th.
You can say that.
It's very personal now.
We will see that on February 19th.
Well, there we go. There might be some fireworks in the lead up to this fight. It is February 19. It'll be a middleweight bout here at the Hordern Pavilion, and on a big night of boxing, an outstanding undercard has been put together, and amongst those names is an NRL star and a man making his professional boxing debut, Paul Gallen. If you could just pass him that microphone, Paul. You've been doing a little bit of work in the gym, mate. What should we expect to see from you? Obviously, we saw you in those charity fights, but now you're in with the big boys. It's the real deal here with no headgear. What are we going to see from Paul Gallen, the professional boxer?
Oh yeah, look, I'm not too sure. I'm not skilled enough at boxing yet to, come out and say I'm going to go forward or go backwards. I'm not too sure. I'm just going to get out there and do my best. I've been training hard. I've been training with Mark for a long time now, and obviously the 2 charity bouts were enjoyable. I never thought I'd fight, to be honest. I just really enjoyed the boxing for the fitness side of things. But after those 2 fights, yeah, really enjoyed it. So I thought it's time to step in with the big boys and with the smaller gloves on and no headgear. So see how we go.
You've opted to take on an opponent who's got some pretty big raps on him. In fact, Herman Purcell's his name. He's had a couple of fights. He's only young, but he's shown plenty of ability in those fights. And also, he is a Queenslander, so there's that extra element, which I'm sure gives you some enticement to do well in this fight. What have you made of what you've seen of this young bloke?
Yeah, look, I don't know a lot about him, but when we're talking about the fight, I said to the guys, it was just the way it come up. It just worked in well with what was going on with myself, and I told them I didn't want to fight someone that was, going to be overweight, or just someone that, I was going to punch and he was going to fall over. So I'm doing this, because I want to challenge myself, and I want to fight someone with some credibility. I don't want to walk out of it in the media and just say, oh, he's just another footy player fighting a bum. So I said to the boys, let's pick someone good, and obviously someone coming from Queensland, he's going to have a fair bit of support behind him. He's going to have the whole state behind him. So it's going to be a tough fight. He's only young. I think he's 19 or 20. He's a big, solid guy. He can hit really hard. So it's going to be a good test for me, but I'm looking forward to it.
He does. He has had a couple of fights, and I guess that edge that he has in experience will play into his favour. But what are your advantages and what are your skills, do you think, from your limited training in boxing? Is there anything we should look out for when you get in the ring?
Oh, look, I think I'm obviously going to work hard on my fitness. That's something I really want to work hard on. I'm renowned in rugby league for being fit, but it's a totally different sport, it's a different game, and those 2 fights I did have, I did really notice the difference, and I did gas out a fair bit. So I'm going to work hard on that, and try to just keep moving forward on him and put a lot of pressure on him. I've seen about a minute of his footage. That's all that was up on YouTube, and the guy that he fought didn't do anything. He just stood there and there's a puncher back for him, but he could hit hard. So look, I'm not going to stand there. I'm going to try and go forward, move around a bit, and hopefully get a win.
Obviously, it all depends on how you go in this fight on February 19 and in your fights immediately after that. But is there a possibility that you'll look to go to boxing after your rugby league career, perhaps, and make some sort of career in the sport?
Oh, look, I don't know if I want it to be a career. I've said that from the start. I realised my ability. I haven't got the skills that these guys have had. They've done it since they were really young. I did a little bit of boxing when I was sort of 17, 18 years old, but once again, only for fitness. So I've never really been properly taught the fine skills of it. I don't have the amateur career that these guys would have had. So probably to say I want to make a career of it, I'd say no. But if I can get out there and fight some people with some names and entertain people, look, I wouldn't mind doing that.
I'll just ask one question of your trainer, Mark Gambit, if you could pass him the microphone. Mark, you've been training with Paul for a little while now. What do you think that the public, through Main Event Television and here at the Hordern Pavilion, should expect to see from Paul Gallen on the 19th of February?
Oh mate, I just think just his fitness, his work rate, as you probably see on the field and that, you'll probably see that in the ring as well. And I'm just proud of what he's done over the last couple of years, just down to the gym with us, and I think he's going to put a good show in for sure.
Yeah, it will be a big show, February 19. Gary Francisco from the Grange is sitting right in the middle there. If you could just grab a microphone, Gary. I know this is going to be an old school presentation we're putting on. We're here at the Hordern Pavilion. There's plenty of history in this particular location, particularly in Sydney and Australian boxing. It's going to be a blast from the past and all Aussie war.
Yeah, absolutely. The way this show's come together, it's sort of like a step back 40 years ago where it's evenly matched, everyone's got the right sort of spirit and they take their fights seriously, so there's no pushovers. When people like Geale come in, so they don't want an easy fight on debut, and then Garth and Daniel jumped at the opportunity, and everybody on the card's done the same thing. It sort of takes you back in time to a better place. We're better to do it in the hood.
Yeah, exactly right. Now, the other two gentlemen here on the stage are the trainers of those in our main event, so I'll just ask a question each. Lincoln Hudson, firstly, down the end here, training Garth Wood. Your man is going to be a massive underdog heading into this fight. How does he win?
I don't know. Where do you start? I just think, and I'll make it short, but I'll give a bit of a story. Look, when Garth went into contender, he didn't deserve to be there. He should never have been there. He shouldn't have participated, but during that time, he fought the most feared super middleweight in the world. 30 wins, 28 knockouts and 1 loss. Garth disposed him. Then he fought one of my fighters, Chris Kariuki, in the final. World rated, world title challenger, and he destroyed him. Then he fought one of Daniel's opponents, Anthony Mundine, done the same again, destroyed him. On February 19 it is, history will repeat itself again. I have no doubt Garth will destroy Daniel. We're fit enough, we're strong enough, we have the ability. At the end of the day, is this whether Daniel's going to run enough?
Graham Shaw, I'll just ask one question of you as well. Obviously, your man's going to be a huge favourite going into this fight, but there are some massive fights on the horizon. How do you keep Daniel Geale focused on Garth Wood rather than Gennady Golovkin, Felix Sturm, or world title belts around the world?
Look, it's very much a one fight at a time for us. We lose to Garth. Daniel's career goes backwards like an alarming rate, so it's a must-win fight for us. We're taking it super seriously, we respect Garth as an opponent, and then we're putting in the hard yards. We're certainly not looking beyond February the 19th, no way.